It's October, TV7.ca viewers. Happy Friday the 4th. I'm Paul Huckalak.
And I'm Lisa Rufionge, and this is TV7.ca News. Today, the RCMP want to warn you about an elaborate set of scams happening within our city. We meet local artist Memory Roth, and St. Albert is honoured with an award. But first,
Another busy football season here in St. Albert. The Larry Alexiuk Field down in Riel Park will be hosting several minor football games this Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, the St. Albert Bantam Senior Varsity Palmer 49ers will match up against the Edmonton Raiders starting at 9:30. Then after that, at noon, the St. Albert Pee Wee Junior Varsity Colts will be hosting Wetaskiwin.
on Sunday there are 3 games scheduled, with the Pee Wee Senior Varsity Riders playing the Edmonton Seahawks at 9:30. Then Bantam Junior Varsity Fury playing the Edmonton Bantam Seahawks at noon. Finishing off the day, the 6 to 8-year-old novice players will play their only home games for the season at 4.
I love football
I
season.
know.
It's
Great.
great. To find out more, you can check out the SAMFA website at www.samfa.ca and get involved, St. Albertans, because this is a lot of fun.
Yeah, come down, support your local teams. Local artist Memory Roth's series titled St. Albert includes 12 original oil paintings honoring the many special places in our city.
Well, I started painting St. Albert scenes, I'm thinking 2015. I started with painting this, it was even further back than that. I painted the trestle in black and white, and then I painted it again in color. And they did really well, and they sold, so I thought, well, I'm going to paint some more. So I painted the Children's Bridge, and it's called Sturgeon Crossing. And that was 2015, and it did really well. It got on the cover of the St. Albert Historical Magazine. So that was pretty cool. And from there, it just kind of snowballed. So every time I would go out taking pictures, because I'm also a photographer, I would look for different scenes. I would look for, something kind of cool, something going on in St. Albert.
5 of those paintings are now limited edition reproductions and are available at Seasons Gift Shop, Heaven Essence Day Spa, and Three Sons Integra Tire.
You can see behind me I have the Trestle Bridge, and there's also 7 Hills. Both of them are originals. Those are my last originals. And then there's the Snow on the Trestle, which is a print. And I also have prints in 3 other places in St. Albert and some stores. And I've already got a lot of ideas, so after Christmas, when I have some free time, I will be painting a whole bunch more landmarks and different things in St. Albert.
Partially inspired by a trip to the Winnipeg Zoo, Roth's newest series is titled Polar Bear. Now, this series will be featured in a solo artist exhibition at the Jubilee Auditorium from November 25th to January 27th.
In addition to painting the St. Albert series, I also do a number of other series. One of them that I'm working on right now is the Polar Bear. So I'm doing a number of large-scale paintings, and I will be having a show at the Northern Alberta Jubilee, November 25th to January 27th in the Alcove Gallery. It's a solo show. I'm really excited. I have a lot of work to do, but so hope people come out to that.
Roth has ingeniously converted her basement into a studio and a gallery, displaying some of her works from the St. Albert and Polar Bear series, and many other pieces featuring florals and landscapes. She opens her gallery up for private viewings by appointment only. Now, for more information about Memory Roth, check out her website.
Last August, I decided to go ahead and sort of put a gallery in here, because a lot of people, they want to see your art, and if you just have a little studio, every time someone wants to see it, it's a big deal. You have to clean it, you have to organize it, you have to be able to show. So I thought I will just make a little gallery, and it's up here all the time. People can come by appointment, they can come and talk to me about my art, look at my art, buy my art. It doesn't matter. I'm just happy, that people want to see it.
And St. Albert RCMP want to inform the community about the rise in distraction thefts that have been occurring in our city over the past months. Distraction thefts occur all over Canada and are not just a St. Albert or Alberta problem. In fact, the particular suspects who have been seen on surveillance video in St. Albert are the same suspects law enforcement are seeking to locate in Ontario regarding the same type of thefts.
St. Albert RCMP have determined that thieves tend to target seniors, vulnerable persons, or women shopping alone. Now, they target commercial locations such as grocery stores and parking lots. They drive high-end vehicles, either registered to themselves with Ontario license plates or newer model rental vehicles.
Now, these suspects utilize several different techniques when approaching a potential victim, like trying to sell gold or jewelry in a parking lot claiming it's real, or flagging people down on busy roadways claiming they ran out of gas and would like to trade or exchange gold for money. Shoulder surfing is another technique used whereby they stand close behind a person in a checkout line in order to see your debit or credit card PIN number when you're paying for your purchases. The suspects can then try to distract the customer by dropping money on the ground and claiming it belongs to the victim. They then try to get the victim to open their wallet, and when they do, suspects distract the victim through conversation and use sleight of hand tactics to steal the victim's credit or debit cards. TV7.ca reported back on May 10th of a similar scam that resulted in a local senior's credit card being stolen.
Or they'll approach vehicles in parking lots and ask the driver for directions to the nearest hospital, doctor's office, pharmacy, or something similar to that. The suspects will speak quietly to get close to the driver and then use sleight of hand tactics to remove jewelry from the driver without them noticing. And if that wasn't enough, the suspects have also approached victims and attempt to give them jewelry as a gift, or the suspect will offer it for sale at a reduced price, claiming they need the funds for a funeral or a trip home. The suspect then places the fake gold jewelry on the victim, makes overt physical contact like embracing, touches their hands, kisses their faces, all while removing or switching out the victim's own jewelry without their knowledge. This all happens within seconds.
The victim's stolen cards are immediately used by the suspects at various stores, maxing out limits and clearing out bank accounts. Many people do not even realize they're victims of theft until they try to use their cards at a later time. St. Albert RCMP Detachment Commander Inspector Pam Robinson states, citizens need to protect themselves from distraction thefts by being cautious and vigilant of their surroundings in stores, parking lots, and individuals also need to shield their PINs when making purchases or withdrawing money.
Now, if anyone has information regarding any crime, they are asked to contact the St. Albert RCMP Detachment at 780-458-7700 or Crime Stoppers. And we ask St. Albertans once again just to be vigilant when they come and use their credit cards, debit cards, or any type of personal information. Even SIN numbers can be used against you.
Yeah,
So
it's getting
please
bad.
Be vigilant.
Crazy. And once again, we visit Michelle Parker. She's here with Let's Get Fit.
Welcome back, everyone. For today's fitness tip of the week, we're going to talk about reading other people's success stories. So we've got Instagram, Facebook, as well as old-fashioned books. There's so many amazing stories out there that share the struggles as well as the triumphs of others trying to reach their fitness goals. So whether they're on a weight loss journey or a journey to accomplish something like a marathon or some other athletic feat, reading other people's stories can help to motivate us and keep us motivated towards our own fitness goals. For example, have you ever heard of Tony Bussi? That's who this book's about. He was actually part of the Fort McMurray Fire's evacuation, and he's got a great story to be able to share with you. And there are so many other stories out there. Follow them on Instagram, like I say, or pick up an old-fashioned book and help them be your inner motivation to help you reach your fitness goals. All right, so we've talked about crawls before. We're gonna get down to our crawls again. So again, get the kids, get the grandkids, get your friends, get your family. Let's get into this total body movement together, and there's so many varieties to choose from. Today we're going to be going down and going into an inchworm. So this one is going to start with a plank position. So we're reintroducing that plank that we've talked about a few more times. And we're going to add in a challenge in there if you choose to have it, and that's going to be to put in a shoulder press for a little bit more of an upper body movement. So we're going to take it back down to the floor, everyone. Are you ready? Are you going to do this with me? Let's go. All right, everyone, so we're gonna go into that inchworm. So this is a move that can be quite challenging for some. So try it, do a few moves of it, and then try it again the next day to do a few bit more if that's what's right for you. I can definitely tell you it's one of the moves that some of my clients really don't like doing, but they know it's also really good movements for their body. So going back into that plank position, but this time a straight arm plank. So the hands are underneath your shoulders, feet are about hip width apart. We're gonna be walking our feet towards our hands. Now in the inchworm, we do not bend our knees. So we're gonna keep our body straight, or our legs straight, walking those feet, inching them forward as far as we can, and then inching your hands forward, stopping at plank position. So hands are underneath your shoulders. So I don't want you stopping when you're here, trying to get yourself farther. Stop here honestly, then inch those feet up, and then walk it back out again. Now this one, just like our other movements, can be done in reverse. And if you're looking for more of a challenge, when you're in your piked position, you can add in some push-ups, working into those shoulders before inching your feet back out. All right, as always, lots of great variations, lots of great total body moves. As always, everyone, from TV7.ca News, I'm Michelle Parker. Have an absolutely fabulous day.
Well, did you know that St. Albert has a virtual reality arcade? Now, I'm personally not a gamer. Are you a gamer?
I'm not a gamer.
I'm not a gamer.
Hard to believe, I know.
However, Game Over has dozens of VR simulation games.
Perhaps you want to travel to a foreign land or climb Mount Everest. The fully immersive environment that VR creates gives you an experience of a lifetime. Game Over is this week's Business Spotlight.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Steph, and we're with Game Over Entertainment.
Yeah, so basically you can rent out one of our rooms for typically an hour of game time, and you can choose one of over 60 different games or experiences that you go into. So it's a completely immersive room scale virtual world that you're in, where you could do anything from exploring the bottom of the ocean to fighting off hordes of zombies, whatever appeals to you, I guess.
Yeah, or of course we have some escape rooms too, where you can escape a pyramid or Medusa, or pretty much any other thing. We have a new Halloween one coming out too, where you can escape in a small little church. We have a bunch of different types of rooms. So we have ones that would appeal for people who want to come in and share the rooms. So if you don't necessarily want to play all the time, or if you have grandma and grandpa who are a little bit more hesitant to come in and play something in virtual reality because of the technology, they can still be part of the fun by playing some of our games like Doodle VR, which is Pictionary, and this way they can still kind of interact with it in the same way. We do also have games that are exclusive to those rooms that are more different types of titles that are designed more to watch and have fun watching. So you do have a headset that you put on your face. It's going to cover just the top part of your face here, and because most of our systems are wireless, you'll have a little bit battery pack, very similar to this little thing here. And you have it on your face and you can interact with your environment with controllers. We don't just concentrate on gaming, because gaming is a very small part of what we do. We have stuff that's experience-based, so if you want to travel somewhere, we did have a father who unfortunately had Alzheimer's and he couldn't travel with his daughter where he wanted to go. So he wanted to go to the CN Tower, and the CN Tower was just obviously out of reach, wasn't able to go. But they were able to go on that trip in Google Earth and still be able to stand in the same place and still have that experience together.
It's a way to do something that you can't do yourself, like climb up Mount Everest.
Yeah.
You know, you're probably not going to go do that, but do you want to see what the view from the top of Mount Everest is?
Or go on the space station. We had an older lady that came in and she really was obsessed with space, but obviously space travel is probably not going to be accessible in her lifetime. So we stuck her on the space station and she got to go and climb around and look at Earth from a different perspective. We do have a variety of multiplayer games as well as single player games, and you can play the multiplayer games by yourself, so you don't need to have someone come and play the multiplayer games for you. You can also link up with people all around the world and be able to interact that way.
If you're looking for more information, check out our website at gameovr.ca, and we look forward to seeing you guys down here.
Well, aside from his children, I don't think Paul has any animals in your household, do you, Paul?
Hamster? Fish?
Doesn't qualify.
No.
Sharon Gregorash heads down to the St. Albert Farmers Market to check out deer dog treats.
So Calvin, I met you down here at Farmers Market a few weeks ago.
Yes, you did.
And I bought some chicken feet from you for my dogs.
Oh,
You
Lord.
had to twist my arm.
Well, they're really good for your dog's teeth, cleaning the teeth, and they're really good. The collagen found in the chicken teeth is really good for your dog's joints as well.
Yeah, they love them. They absolutely love them. You got to get past the fact that you got a little chicken foot sitting on your couch, though.
Well, you can always give it to them outside or on their mat as well. You're in control, remember?
Oh, I'm in control. He thinks I'm in control of my dogs.
And
That's funny.
If you're not, we can help you with your dog treats as well to learn these things as well. We serve to provide us quality product and to teach as well. So.
Okay, so tell us about your company. How did it start?
Our company started by Dennis Stelmach, one of my best friends, who would always cook organ meat from the hunts and go to the dog park. He would have it in his pocket, and all the dogs would just magically go to him. So after years of this, he was convinced that he should just start doing this and moved on to it full time, started working on a smoker. I had just moved back to Canada, and we'd known each other for about 18 years. He asked if I wanted to be involved. I got on board, and the rest is kind of history.
Okay, now although we found you down here at St. Albert Farmers Market, this is not a little operation, is it?
No, we're in 21 retail stores in Alberta right now with 16 waiting for us. We work with Friesen Brothers, some globals. We're at Bountiful Market full-time all year round, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 9 to 5. We do the 124 Market downtown Thursdays and Sundays, Baseline Sheer Park, and also Legacy, the Fort Saskatchewan Legacy on Thursday as well.
Okay, so now what is the benefit of people coming down to see you at the market?
At the market here, they have a better chance of getting kind of educated about how to use our products,
Okay.
what our products are really about, that there's no nonsense, no preservatives. They can find out that they're locally sourced. We work with local people. We provide jobs for Albertans as well. If you get that off the shelf, you might not get all that detail unless you read the back of our bags as well. Our branding team has done a wonderful job on rebranding us and actually won an international award out of 4,500 companies with the buying power of up to $30 million they won for rebranding our company as well.
Wow. Very impressive.
So
So tell us where people can find you in St. Albert if there is no more market days left.
So in St. Albert, you can find us at Global Pet Food Store.
Okay.
Just on St. Albert. Is it St. Albert Trail there as it goes up there? Yeah. On the left-hand side there, when you walk in the door, all of our products are found on a beautiful wooden display. Quite similar to this. It carries all our products from the bones to the chicken feet to the marrow medallions, meaty beef bones. We don't have any bison there or the really big dinosaur bones.
Okay.
But they can find us at St. Albert all year round.
Okay, that's perfect. So that is up in Tudor Glen Market. And I'm Sharon Gregorish for TV7.ca down here at St. Albert Farmers Market.
And for you animal lovers, make sure you check out Deer Dog Treats, the largest outdoor market in Western Canada. The St. Albert Farmers Market is open every Saturday from 10 until 3, all the way up until the weekend before Thanksgiving. It's getting close, St. Albertans, you guys. Please, once again, join the St. Albert Farmers Market and do it quickly. There's only a couple of weeks left.
That's right. It's going to get cold.
Thank you, as always, to Crystal Lucier with our weekly financial focus.
I want money.
What's a tax-efficient way to earn dividend income? Well, that depends on the type of dividend that you're earning. A U.S. dividend, for instance, will get taxed at your marginal rate just like any other income. But a Canadian dividend is taxed at an effectively lower rate due to the dividend tax credit. When you have your own business, you have the option through your corporation to pay yourself in T4 income, just like an employer would pay you, or T5 dividends. Often good savers of tax monies for year-end will choose to pay themselves using dividends. This being said, if you have partners or other shareholders, please make sure that your share classes are set up properly to facilitate this. This is a mistake that we often see. If you haven't had this conversation with your professional, feel free to reach out. This is something that's really important for you to understand if you're a corporate owner. I'm Crystal Lucier with Preferred Tax Solutions for TV7.ca.
I want money.
The Alberta Urban Municipalities Association, or AUMA, has awarded St. Albert the 2019 Sustainability in Action Award for a municipality with a population of over 10,000. The AUMA's annual convention and trade show was last week, and our city was represented very well by Mayor Kathy Heron, City Councillors Jackie Hansen and Wes Broadhead, and Director of Utilities and Environment, Jay Mason.
The Sustainability in Action Award recognizes municipalities which have demonstrated excellence in implementing and achieving measurable outcomes in sustainability plans. Now, St. Albert was recognized for our business beautification program. For over 10 years, this program has helped fund over 400 projects.
And it's projects like these that make St. Albert such a great community to live in.
You bet.
Well, the leaves are falling and it's time for us to clean up our yards for the winter. The City of St. Albert will pick up leaves from your curbside starting now until October 11th and restarting October 28th to November 8th. Leaves must be placed in paper yard waste bags or put in reusable garbage cans or bins with a maximum size of 80 liters and placed at the curb on your regular waste collection day.
Now, to avoid an orange sticker and to help reduce the number of single-use items being used in our community, you can no longer use plastic bags for your leaves. Paper yard waste bags can be purchased at your local grocery or hardware stores.
Yeah, it only makes sense. It seems like the single-use plastics are kind of, when you know better, you do better. So.
Yeah, I don't disagree with it. The only issue that we have in our house is we're trying to figure out what we do with our daily garbage. So, the plastic bags that we used to use for our daily garbage, we don't know exactly what to do with that yet. But we're working on it, and it's not exactly it's a great idea for...
I wonder how much garbage Mayor Herron goes through in a week. We should accost her one day when she's taking out her garbage and just be like, hey, can we go through your garbage?
I'll let you take that interview.
I'm going to do it this summer.
Mayor Herron, look out.
For more information,
Here comes Lisa.
Visit alberta.ca/waste.
Our incredible city is providing public participation opportunities for residents to provide input on plans for the Grey Nuns White Spruce Park to ensure the park meets the needs of residents today and in the future, and to ensure the ongoing sustainability of the White Spruce Forest. Plans include different types of trails, a nature play space, picnic shelters, and gathering spaces.
The open house will take place at the St. Albert Kinsman Banquet Centre on Tuesday, October 8th from 4 to 7 p.m. In addition, an online survey will be available from October 8th to the 22nd. To access this survey, go to the city's website and search Public Participation. And that'll do it for this week. If you have any community events or news you'd like to share with our viewers, please send us an email at news@tv7.ca. From all of us here at TV7.ca, I'm Lisa Rufian.
And I'm Paul Huckelak. Have an amazing week, you guys.